Welcome back. It's another beautiful day up at the Finca, scorcho in fact. When we left home over an hour ago it was miserable and raining, drizzling, so we're just like this, expecting it to be quite chilly, and in fact it's scorching.
I should have put my bikini on.
Today we want to chat to you really about where we're at, and apologies in advance to those of you that have been following us from the beginning, because you'll already know this. But we've had so many new subscribers that we thought maybe if they're clicking on halfway through now, they're thinking, what are they doing messing about with this tiny apartment when they've got a great big house to restore? So we're trying to explain today the reason why we are doing that.
And of course we'd like to thank all the big bees. There's no shortage of bees here. They're gone. Thank everyone. I said the other day, I think we had 250 subscribers. It wasn't actually that many, and we got carried away, but it is now. So thank you so much to all the people that have subscribed, and we hope you enjoy following our progress.
And why is it called Finca Life? Because we're not actually living much at the moment. All we're doing is working, travelling, but that is in order to enable us to get moved in as quickly as possible.
That's it. In the future we will be showing you more about Finca Life as well, but at the moment it's about 14 hours a week sat in a vehicle travelling backwards and forwards, and then cracking on to get this apartment and this downstairs utility room behind us into a state that we can actually move in. It'll free up so much time, and actually we may have a bit of Finca Life then.
And cost as well, you know, it's fuel, and we're paying rent where we're living at the moment, so we're really pushing now to get this place, or at least the upstairs, livable so that we can move in. We're aiming for beginning of June, so we've got a couple of weeks, that's all. So it's all systems go at the moment. And
your support drives us on. Thanks
absolutely,
again.
so thank you again.
So we're going to have a look where we're at, where we're up to, and you know, our immediate plans, and where we're going to have a bit of a refresh.
Okay, so we're round the back now, the tradesman's entrance, if you like, of our tiny house, our little apartment. A bit overgrown, excuse the weeds, but we've got some beautiful poppies which we've left on purpose. They're gorgeous. So let's go and have a look how much progress we've made since we last did our first video, which was the tour of the property. Coming into the entrance hall, if you remember, to the right we've got the living room, what's going to be the living room, kitchen, diner, and we cleared it out last week and it's full of rubbish again already.
I don't know where we're going to work when we're going to put everything when we come to work on this room, but I will figure that one out.
And this door is the door out into the courtyard, which was the original door. Looking pretty. Bathroom's done. That's one room that is complete, so we close the door on that and keep the muck out as much as we can. And then through to the bedroom, which is what we're working on at the moment. You remember the ceiling that took me forever. Today I'm going to start on this wall here, painting. And if you think I'm the slowest painter in the world, well I probably am, but we're using lime wash. As we said before, we want to use as many traditional materials as we can, and it is really hard work, but it's worth it for the result. As soon as the lime wash hits the wall, it's just absorbed instantly, so if you don't move your brush quick enough, it's stuck there. So slowly, this is the boxing in behind the bed that Andy completed yesterday, if you watched our video yesterday. Obviously before we put the nice shelf on the top, that's why I want to get this wall done first, so I don't make a mess all over it. View from the bedroom window, look at that, gorgeous. And above what is the bathroom, we've got this mezzanine area, which I've still got to complete the beams up there and paint the rest of the ceiling. We really don't know what to do with it. It's great storage, but we were thinking eventually when we do rent the apartment out, we could perhaps have a little sleeping loft up there for the children. So let us know what you think in the comments. What can we use this space for?
It is actually, you can't stand up in it, but it is probably 4 foot high at the top end, so you can easily move about up there. So yeah, any ideas, let us know, we're much appreciated.
So what are you going to be doing today, Andy?
I'm going to be downstairs in the utility room fitting our sink.
A new sink is going in. Exciting. So that's it really. As I say, apologies to those of you that have seen this before, but we just thought we've got so many new people joining us. We wanted to update you really.
So my quest, well, Sharon's cracking on with the painting. We expect it's going to take 2 or 3 days, maybe more. As she said before, it does take a long time to apply the lime wash. So my quest is to turn this area into a temporary kitchen with a sink, taps, running water, etc. Let's see how we can get on, see what we can do with this. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use OSB for the countertop and 3x2 for the legs. I'm just going to make it freestanding like a table, because it's only temporary and it will be coming out again in the future. The good thing about doing a kitchen like this, temporary, it's like try before you buy. You can stick it all in, get it all laid out where you want it. I'll have a worktop down here as well and see how it works. If you don't like it, then you can change it without putting an expensive fitted kitchen in initially. So first of all, I'm going to build a frame for it. So I've got the back piece in. I've done it that height, A, because it's a nice height, and B, I can still leave these taps in, so when I come to put the taps for the sink in, I only have to do one tap move rather than moving this, disconnecting it, connect it back up again, etc. Just to make life easier for myself. So the back one's in, 2 legs. I'm now going to put a front piece in. Okay, progressing on. I've got the front bit cut, I've got the side bit cut on the left hand side, and it's as I've just clamped it all together to get all the levels right. I can now fix it. The 2 vertical legs that you can see are just obviously temporary ones just to hold it in place, as is the horizontal with the clamps on, but it holds me front exactly where I want it, so I can now fix it to the sides and then work out the length of the other bits and the length of the legs themselves. That's the frame done. What often you think is going to be a quick job turns out to be a lot bigger. I actually had to fix it to the wall in various places to make it solid. Right, let's get the worktop cut now. Right, this is particularly awkward because again the walls aren't square. What I'm going to do first, the length is 145. So I'm going to cut the length and then I'll use one of the straight edges of the original board and I'll measure the taper across and cut it at an angle from where it needs to be. I'll mark it up and I'll show you. I'll cut the length first and then I'll mark it up and show you. Right, I'm not cutting this in the workshop because of all the dust. I've got my temporary bench with a rock on it, you can see that, weighing it down outside. I'm just using a circular saw. If I was cutting proper worktop, full, work, so this is just temporary stuff, so I'm not too bothered about it. Always cut it with the top down, because when the blade spins, it spins up, and so any rip edge you get will be on the underneath, if this is the underneath. And also I'd normally clamp a piece of wood on there to guide the saw to get a perfect cut, but again it's going to be good enough for this, just doing it by hand. Safety goggles on, ready for the noise. can see from the off cut, it's a pretty straight cut. Right, I'm going to mark it out now for the odd rhomboid shape. I've actually just ripped down this edge to take the tongue off it. So what I've done, I want it 500 at that end, the end away from the wall. So what I've done, I've marked 500 there, and I want it full width. Can you see that? I want it full width at this end. So I've just drawn a line, a straight line from that 500 measurement there to full width at the corner, and I'm just going to run down that with the circular saw. Now what you've got to remember, if you're cutting it upside down, you want to make sure that you cut it the right way, because this is the bottom, so when it's turned over the short end is going to be at the right, which is where I want it. Let's get it done. Right, so that's in, it's not so bad. Just got to turn a little nick out for these pipes in this corner here. So I'm just going to whip that off with the jigsaw. I'm just going to mark it roughly by hand, and I'll do just see if we can do it there. Let's have a look, see what that's like. Oh! You know what? That'll do. The wall's not straight, nothing's straight. It's temporary. Perfect. Right, I'm going to get that fixed. Smashing. In fact, I'm not going to fix it at all because I want it temporary so I can get underneath here to get all the taps sorted out. So that's the next job really. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to cut a hole in it for the sink, which is what its purpose is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a line on the inside of the wood here, underneath, and the same on the back one, so I know where the wood is when I cut the sink, because it's going to be quite a tight fit, I think. I'm also going to mark the centre of this window, probably from underneath, like that. Just so we get the sink in the middle. So with our timbers clearly marked there and there, I've marked the edge of the window there and there. I'm going to draw a line round the outside of the sink. Don't forget this is the underneath. That's a circle all the way around, like that. And then, put that down over here. We're going to take our jigsaw, I'm going to rough hand round. We're just going to come round about an inch inside that, all the way around. And that's the hole we're going to cut out. Something like that anyway. You can see on this there's actually quite a big lip on it. We might have to do a bit for the taps after. And you know what, I've just noticed it's a bit thinner there, so we'll do that again. So that's the back, this is the back, this is that end. In fact, I'm going to draw the tap hole in it there, and then So that wants to be thinner there. So I'm just going to do it, just going to do it half of what I said originally. As long as we get some overlap, it doesn't actually matter. There we go, I think I can make sense of that. Right, let's see if we can cut it. So first thing we do is drill a hole in it. We'll go for there. Put it onto drill. Right. Then we take our jigsaw and just follow around the line. Careful not to hit the wood. More noise. There we are. Right, we'll flip that back over and see if it fits. Put it roughly where we want it. Check that, first time. Perfect. Smashing. Cool. Because the sink was safe from a skip, there's no fittings or anything with it. I even suspect it was designed to go underneath the worktop and that. But either way, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a technical term, I'm just going to bond it in. I'm probably going to varnish this first so it doesn't absorb any water and give me splinters. And then we'll stick this in the hole so no water can come round the thing, get underneath and that. Right, onwards and upwards. So I've got my brush and a tin of varnish. I'm just going to slap it on, nice and thick. Right, I'll get this finished. I'm sure you don't want to be watching that. Right, varnishing's done. Doesn't even look bad for a sterling board. If anyone's horrified, this is just a temporary kitchen, just to get us in the house. We're after, as long as it functions, that's the most important thing. We've got the rest of our lives to sort it out and put a proper nice kitchen and all that in. Right, okay, so I think next we'll have a look at the taps and getting some connections done. So while I've been messing about downstairs, Sharon's actually been working hard painting this wall. Look at that, fabulous. You're winning really slowly.
More paint on me than on the wall, but yes, we're getting there slowly.
Fantastic. It looks a different colour at the minute, but when it dries, I promise it'll dry the same. Oh, don't pop it. I've checked the taps that we got, the 3 taps we got with the sink, and they don't work. So I do have a spare pair of taps, but I need to go and get some tap connectors, some various plumbing fitting things as well. So that's my next job, I think, to go shopping. That's us for today, I'm afraid. We just had to give this a second coat of varnish now, so tomorrow we can should be able to turn it over and bond the sink in. I'm going shopping for plumbing bits in the morning probably, and we'll get some taps in and get these waste connected up, including the waste from upstairs, all being well, and maybe even get some plumbing in for a washing machine. We'll see how that goes. Thanks again for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost anything, and keep up to date with all our future videos. Thanks again, see you on the next one.